Welcome back YouTube. So the aircon market is absolutely booming at the moment in the UK. It seems everybody is after aircon. Today we're fitting two systems on a bungalow. So we've got the Bosch units, which they've just announced are actually out of stock because of the demand. I think we've had two heat waves now and I think everyone is sick to death of sweating at night. We've had over, it's got to be easily 200 inquiries about aircon. So yeah, today we're going to show you the Bosch units, how we're going to fit them, and hopefully keep this customer cool so when the next heat wave hits, they're not going to be sweating at night. So let's get into it. So these are the two units we've been fitting. We've got a 5.3 here for the one side of the bungalow, which is going to be this side, and then we've got a 2.6, which is the other side of the bungalow. So this will do the main area of the bungalow, and this will do the bedroom. So these two units together, I reckon, are going to cool down most of the bungalow. They will. So you'll see why we're going to have to split these units up, because you can't get multi-splits, but it's not going to work on this one. So a multi-split system, you will have one outdoor unit, then multiple indoor units. A single split, which is what them two are, is a single outdoor unit and a single indoor unit. Now, there is advantages and disadvantages to both. The multi-split, yes, you only have one outdoor unit and it will run to wherever you want. With this bungalow, the pipe wouldn't be too much. It would be adding quite a lot onto the job. It would be going all the way around the house. You'd have to add refrigerant. This is why we're splitting them up. Singles, you do have two outdoor units. But the advantage of that is if one goes down, you've still got the other one. Then we hope they never have a problem with them. With the Bosch units, they come with a 5-year guarantee, not a warranty, a guarantee. Worcester guarantee them for 5 years. That's parts and labour. Now, some of the other brands, they will just do the parts. Then they'll expect you to go out and do it. Then you got to tell your customer, yes, the parts are covered. Unfortunately, you have to pay me for my time. That is why you'll find a lot of people that get into aircon and going for the Bosch units. So we're going to get them unpacked, get them into position, get our tools out and get going. We want to do this before it gets too hot, because it is quite a warm day today. So let's get into it. So here we are in the bungalow. Call us Dick and Dom today. Dick and Dom in the bungalow. This is where the big 5 kilowatt unit's going, just there. You can see it is going to be cooling this room down, cooling the kitchen down. If you leave that door open, it's naturally going to come into here. Then we've got two bedrooms here. The other one is going in here, in this bedroom. Right, this is their main bedroom. And you can see they've got a fan there. It just wasn't cutting it in that heat wave. I think a lot of people suffered. So they'll have a unit in here. So imagine if you left this door open that door, you're going to near enough have complete coverage around the bungalow. Now, one thing I am noticing with inquiries, a lot of people are saying, I want a 3.5 kilowatt for like a bedroom like that. It's like, that's a lot. That is a lot, to be fair. Normally a bedroom that size, 2 kilowatts, that's more than enough. And so the 5 kilowatts going in there is, yeah, it should do that room and the hallway. It'd be more than enough. They really do blow out the cool air. They'll do heating as well. That's a good thing about these units. They do heating. We've actually got one where they've had an extension. They're not putting radiators in. They are putting in air conditioning. So like, well, I can heat it in the winter. I can cool it in the summer. And the 400% efficiency. So the way you look at that is every pound you put in, well, it'll produce 4 pounds of energy. You can see why now people are looking at air conditioning in the UK. You really can. So Chris is going to unpack that one. I'm going to put this camera down and actually do some work. Sometimes people come out, you don't do no work. Yes, I know, because I'm filming. So yeah, I'll better pull my finger out and do a bit of work. So this is the big 5 kilowatt we fit in. This is the premium version. So you actually get 7 years warranty with this one. And also, for anyone that's fitting them, you get the template. You get a template for it, because the other ones you don't. But this one you do, which is really good. Bosch will start putting them in with all of them. I really do. So Chris will unpack that. What we're going to do is mount the indoor units, then look at mounting the outdoor. Because that way then you get your bracket in the right place. You can see where your electrics are going, and you can just get it really neat and tidy. So yeah, let's go and unpack the other one as well. So you can see now Chris has got the template on the wall. What we're doing now is making sure we leave enough height for the air to actually circulate. So I've seen a lot of these installs where they're putting these units way too high. What they do is they drag in the air from the top, then push it out so it circulates. If you haven't got enough room at the top, it's not going to circulate. So you got to make sure that there's enough distance. 150mm from the ceiling, minimum. That is, but you do get some customers that are like, no, put it high up because I don't like the look of it. But it ain't about the look. You're buying it to cool your house down. So yeah, you're just going to line it up. You can see where you can drill, put the hole out. We're just trying to line it up so it's in between the window and the sofa. You know, get it nice and central, make it look pretty. So we marked on the wall where we're going to template, hang it now. So when you take these off, there's a screw underneath here. Take that out, throw it away, don't need it. However, before I took it off, can you see these 2 marks I did? Just to line up our pipes. All right, and I just transferred it onto the other one. There you go. So you know now where to cut your pipes if you're doing flare nuts. So you can just feed the pipe through on here with your template, line it with your template, put your flares on, then your unit. All right, it's a good thing about the premium range. It's got these on. So you lift them up, you hang your unit, it'll rest against them. You can make your flare connections, make your condensate connection. It makes it well easy on these. So this is the premium version. The only 5 kilowatts we've done is the premium, and it comes with these. The standard 2.6s, 3.5s, that don't come with these. So it's a good idea though. What we normally do though, if you haven't got these, just wedge something behind there, just to keep it off the wall, make your connections up. Yeah, makes life a lot easier. So we just punched through with 65mm hole saw, because it's plasterboard, it's dot and dab wall. We use a couple of ball fixing there, then a couple of screws. Them units ain't that heavy. And Chris now's got a 65mm bit all ready. I'm just going to core through the wall. Hopefully it'll be alright, because I'm pretty sure it's breeze block. So it should be nice and easy to get through. But a 65mm hole will accommodate all the pipes, your electrical cable, the lot. There we go. There is our hole. So now we've got the hole, we know where we're coming. We want to come straight down and into the side of the unit, so the bracket's going to get somewhere there now. So I'm just going to leave Chris to it indoors now. He's going to bend the pipe, get connected now. I need to be in 2 places at once really, because I want to film that, him connecting that up, making the flares and that, but also I've got graft to do down here. Yeah, I'm fitting the outside bracket, so the outside brackets we use are the pre-made ones. I know some people say don't use them, make your own. But these are a lot more easy to use and I think they look better. But each to their own, ain't? So this is quite a big wall bracket because it's going to be a big unit. One mistake we made was we got the wrong bracket on one of them. We got a smaller bracket by mistake. The 5 kilowatts need a big bracket, man. They do. Anyway, let's get this on the wall. I'll set the camera up so you can see. Now why am I putting this on a bracket? There's a perfectly good floor that I'm leaning on that this could go on. Well, there is a good reason for that. Customer still wants to be able to jet wash all the slabs, and with a big air conditioner unit in the way, he won't be able to get underneath and clean it, so it's requested and we put it on a bracket. And normally I'd like to put them on the floor, but customer wants it on a bracket, absolutely no problem. It's their house after all that. So let's get all this out of the way and I'll show you where we're putting the bracket on the wall. So these brackets actually come in with a built-in spout level just here. I don't know if you can see it, but I've just measured where I want it on the wall. And if you got one of these, get one. It's a true shot from Tracer. So what you can do is just bang it through the hole and mark it wherever you want. I've already got my marks on the wall. There's one. So it comes with 10mm bolts, 10mm bit, 4 fixings all together. Let's get it fixed. So once it's on the wall, then if you get a 13mm socket, which I can't be asked to get because it's on the van, you can actually start tightening these up, and as you tighten them up, it'll expand in the wall. Just make sure it's nice and level. Look at that, bang on, no one cares. It is nice and level. Chris is just next to me. He's putting in, this is the condensate pipe, and that's 1.5mm wire. There's our pipes, just shoved them through. Beautiful. So bracket all on the wall. Now what we've got to do is go round and measure the unit for the feet. So here is our 5 kilowatt one, and the size comparison, that's the 2.6. So yeah, you can see there's some difference on that either. That's your little 2.6, that's your 5. Big unit. So what I need to do is unbox it, because what I need is the measurement between the feet from here to here. So I'm going to measure that and get the bracket in the right place. But yeah, you can see there's a considerable size difference. Yeah, there's a big difference in the size of them. So the bracket's all on now. It's 660 for the feet. Just put the bolts through, nut on the back, tighten it up, unit in position, pick it up, put it on. You have to put these pads on, rubber boots, put them on, get it on, bolt it up, and that's it. That'll be in place.
We've got 2 of these to do in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fucking way up in the air. These exact ones.
There we go. Right, let's get the front ones in first. There we go. You got the bolts? There they are. There's one for you.
Need them washers.
Washer. Bosch. So, bolt goes through there.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Washer underneath.
Really tight on this one up, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, hang on.
Do you want to move it over? Is that better for you?
It is for the back.
Front's lined up. So bolt, washer, and you got to get underneath without dropping everything and get a bolt on. Look at here, mate.
Nut, washer.
Nut and washer. Someone's getting in at a bit of an angle. Hold on. And that is the work phone going off again. It has not stopped. Like I said, it seems like everybody's after aircon. Absolutely everybody. Now the bad thing I've found is you get a lot of people tire kicking, if you know what I mean. I think a lot of people are sat there roasting, thinking, oh cool, still this, what can I do? Looking up solutions on it to stay cool. Then some of my videos come up like aircon in the UK. I'm like, that seems like a good idea. I wonder how much that is. Instead of Googling how much aircon is and getting a rough idea, them literally just phoning me up or texting me or messaging me and like, how much is it? And you tell them, they just ghost you. They just ghost you. So aircon can massively vary in price depending on how many units it needs, what size units it needs, how much the pipe run is, the electrics. I swear to God, there's something with this bolt still made in. There's a lot of factors that can get into it, but yeah, I think a lot of people like the idea, but when they find out the price, I'm like, no, thank you. I was about to say it ain't that expensive, but it depends what your class is expensive, ain't it? You know what I mean? Depends whether you use bought up on chocolate biscuits or broken biscuits. This bolt is doing my head in. So it's all bolted up now, but we just put the level on this side and it was unlevel. Well, just behind here, there's some adjusters that you put in so you can just bring it off the wall just to bring your unit nice and level. So yeah, there's 2 bolts at the back, 2 bolts at the front, and the adjuster is just underneath here. I don't know whether I can get it because it's an awkward angle. Chris is just tying it now, but you can see you bring it off the wall. So you just screw it in and it'll just make sure the unit's nice and straight, one either side, and that'll be done. I've just started getting the trunking now. The trunking is called Inner Bedenko. Inner Bedenko you can get in black and you can get it in white. You got like a starter there, like a cover for the top. I don't know if you can see my green mark. I'm just going to screw that, drill that, plug it, get it on, start it off, then start bringing it down the wall. I'll tell you what though, good thing about working on AC, it's normally warm because everybody wants it. And I've just been inside the house and there's running water. And me as a plumber, gas engineer doing boilers, normally you turn the water off, you got no water all day, so there's like a cup of teas, you can't flush the toilet. Been in there, flush the toilet, cup of teas on tap, all glass of water. It's amazing. Plus you get to work in the sunshine. Tell you, aircon, new garlic bread. Garlic bread. Yeah. So that's the outside unit all on the wall. what we're going to do now is get the trunking on and start connecting up our pipes. And condensate is just a braided bit of hose that'll just go straight down to the floor, because I've said this in a video before, the condensed water that comes off AC units is not acidic or anything like that. Boilers it is, these aren't, so they can just go straight onto the floor. You don't have to put, if there's a drain nearby, you haven't got to put them in a drain. Obviously you want to think about a pool of water, but yeah, that it's just gravel just underneath us, so it gets straight into there. There ain't going to be that much water that comes off it. Is that level, Chris?
Sure is.
There you go. Happy days.
Right, don't put it at the back.
That's the baseboard that they come on, because I'm going to drill now. I don't dust getting all over the back of it, so just put that on, drill these holes, get the trunking on. Starter blocks all on now. Here's your trunking. True shot, I say, pays for itself. Just going to bang that on there, one there, and one down there that you can't see on camera. Hold on, I missed that one. There you go, got it. When you take it away, you'll see all the bits that you want to drill. All right, drill. There we go. There's one. That's hollow brick, will it? It's just one off camera that you can't see. Right, so holes are all drilled now. Just gonna get some fisher plugs in there. Up the fish. Who says that then? Let me know in the comments. That is pretty well known anyway. So just tap the wall plugs in. Now you think I'm going to go through it straight through with screws now. Well, you don't. See these? These, I got these off Amazon, them class. So you'll be able to put a cable tie through it, which is brilliant. Because then you can cable tie all your pipes together. One bad thing though, you've always got a pipe sticking in your back or something. So you want to get this and push it up of your starter or your finisher, whatever you want to call it. Then you're going to screw through. And you'll see in a minute once I've screwed it up what it looks like with the cable tie on it. Where is? Oh, there it is. It's on the floor, mate. Chuck us there. So yeah, them clips in. Just see me put in cable tie, and so you can just put your pipe work and everything to it. So what we're going to do now is bend the pipe down and start connecting it into the uni. So you can see I've got a bending spring on here because it's 1/2 inch. We just want to give it support when we start bending it down. So, all right, there we go. Take it nice and gentle. See if you can just bend that, that's it. This really does take a lot of manipulation. Alright, see if we can line it up at the bottom. See how we look with that. Remember what I said about earlier about them clips, yeah, Chris now has flared up the 1/2 inch connection and he's just connecting it onto the unit. This wire makes it so much easier. You just get under there now and connect it all up. There is another expensive tool you gotta get if you get into air conditioning, torque wrench. It's the JVAC one, JVAC Edge. So I've got that set to 49, that's for the 1/2 inch. It actually tells you in the book what to set them to. Just in here, you'll have different torques for different ones. So the 1/4 inch 18 to 20, 1/2 inch 49 to 59. That's some torque, that is, man. I'm telling you, when you tighten them up, it feels like you're going to snap it, but that's what it says in the book. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it on the JVAC. It will actually start telling you what number it's going up to. So it's set on 49. As you start turning, it changes. Then it'll start beeping when you're getting close. There you go. That went up to 52. It's 49, 59, 52. There you go. That's all tightened up. I'm just going to do the same again on the 4 inch. Cut it down, flare it, set it to 19, and get it tightened up. Also, still good stuff to get. Nylog blue. So this is compatible with all refrigerants. You just put that on your flare. It's like you know, like pipe seal. You know, us plumbers use for the pipes. It's like that, but for air conditioning. So that tub should last me quite a while, to be honest with you. You only put a bit on, but yeah, that is good to get. So connections up there, all done. Chris is just connecting up the condensate pipe. So it comes off the unit here into, I think, a 16 to 20 mil adapter. Then we've got adapter from 20 to 1/4 inch. Then we've got the 1/4 inch braided hose, direct to outside, all cable tied up. And there you go, that's how we do the condense on there.
And then you break it.
And you break it. A little bit heavy handed though. We've got he's got a box, he's got absolutely loads, but yeah, I can jump up in there and show you. So yeah, hole through there, you can imagine there, that's going to be pushed through. Then we can take these tags off here, the plastic ones. Then that unit there, we'll just push back and that part will be done. One thing we have got to do is feed the electrics. So we've got to feed the electrics there through the back of here. So Chris has just adjusted the bracket so it's a little bit lower. You can feed up the back there and bring it at the front. Dead easy to do the electrics. Now you can do all this before, and like you can put it on your bench, get it all together, then feed everything through. But it's pretty easy doing it like this, I think. You can do it any way you want, but there's 2 ways now that I've shown on videos how you can do it. So what you got to do now is push the pipes up, and then that will just clip back, and you will see nothing. All you'll see is a unit on the wall. So I can help you out a bit instead of just pointing the camera at you. So you should have quite a bit of room down the back there if you line everything up, just to get it all in. So then plastic latches that you seen earlier, just going to pop them back down. Then the unit should just clip back to the wall once you've got it all lined up. A little bit something like that. That's it, that's the unit all on with the electrics ready to be connected up. Right, interesting time, sports fans. We all just got the bending spring on and we're just manipulating this 1/2 inch pipe, so it'll come down into there. Bloody hate this wagging. Okay, into there. That'll do it. Maybe not. Right, never forget your nut before you flare. Just grab me flaring kit. It's a bit tricky to get hang of, this flaring. It's hard, it's just tricky to like coordinate your hands. So, make it thinner like that. Just put it through, close it, and you'll be able to move it up and down. And it's got different ones on there. So let's close it off again. Just get it through because I am the right one here. So you got 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4. 3/4 massive. So we want 1/2 inch. So we are here. No, we're not. Next one down. There we go. Haha. What did I just say? Don't forget your nut. Try that again, shall we? I'll put that on, give it a squeeze. Right, so I'm happy with that. You see, you just turn it. So this is what got like a clutch, I suppose. So once you've done enough, it'll like, you hear it like pop or snap. It does get tight, and it'll make a beautiful flare for us. And it'll be spot on every time. Well, there you go. Here it snap. So unwind that, get it out of the way. Like that, undo that one, and when we take it off, should have a flared nut. See, I've had people tell me you put this on the back of the flare, and other people, right, then we put it on the thread, and to me that's your seal on here. I'll just pop it on. Right, it ain't gonna hurt nothing, is it? So, you tell me if you use this, how do you do it? Because I've had people tell me different things. Now I've got to try and get that onto there. Start it off. Don't ever be tempted, right, if you can't get it on, to think, oh, I'll just do it with my spanner. No, you should be able to get 2, 3, 4 turns on this before having to need a spanner. Like I'm getting now, see? I know that's going on now. I know I've not cross-threaded it. There we go. That's that one on. The lagging is pretty flexible, to be fair. It will come down now. And back over there. I'll sort it anyway because I've got to do the 1/4 inch anyway. So yeah, that's the 1/2 inch one on. Little baby one there, just got to do that one. Now the 1/4 line is a lot easier. A lot easier. It's a lot smaller, a lot easier to manipulate. So I just marked it there, cut it, get it flared, get it connected. Now it don't matter what else you do, get your pipes in first. Indoor unit and pipes first. Forget about the electrics on the indoor, okay? You want to get your pipe working so you can get your pressure test on. Because that's what takes the most amount of time. So we're just going to cut that pipe there. Now when you do your training, your Cat 1 training, that's the one we did, I'll tell you, pressure test should be 24 hours. 24 hours for 3 metres of pipe work. Alright, I have to tell you that because they do massive systems. And I've spoken to other HVAC engineers, people who do these type of systems. Nobody does it for 24 hours, I'm telling you. How long do we do it for? An hour. 15 minute strength test, an hour pressure test. Now, when we got training about the strength test, it was like, well, if it holds, it holds. That's it, it's done. Then some people were saying, yeah, we do it for about 15 minutes, then just drop the pressure down, and yeah. So my mate's lost his phone, it's just going off. Then drop it down to what it should be, then leave it for an hour, and that's plenty enough. So, now, I've got to try and flare this because I'm trying to be really freaking neat. I ain't give myself much room, to be honest with you. Nut. Don't forget your nut.
Didn't want to say.
Chris is watching me, like they want to say he wanted to see me make a mistake, do you? Now with 1/4, you might get away with it because it's a bit more flexible. The 1/2 inch, if you cut it to size and it's bang on, I doubt you're getting away with it. I really don't. So, like I said, you aren't going to be all fingers and thumbs trying to get this on. You really am. Knew I could do it. There we go. Don't know why, that seemed harder to do on the 1/4. Maybe it's because I've got to like really crank it in to get it on. There we go. I haven't done that bit far, do I? Oh god. Come on. There we go. Off. There we go, it's all tightened in. I will get the torque wrench on it, I just want to get it tightened up for now. That's on there, that's on there. The electrical cable, I'll take that out, but could we ever get through there? And back up here, I'm going to do it like that. Condensate, it's going to go straight through to the floor. Like that. Make sure I've got everything where I want it. I have. We can just do the final tighten up on this. Not too tight, you don't want to strangle it, it's just to keep it in place. I don't like this lagging, man. The pre-insulated one that we normally use is way better than this. This is crap. I mean, it'll do the job, it's lagged, but I don't know, I just don't like the look of it. Yeah, let's get the torque wrench, tighten these up, then we can get the strength and pressure test. Now, everything I've showed so far is the easy part with air conditioning. It is. If you're transitioning from heating to air conditioning, this is the easy part, the installation. You've got to learn the commissioning and that, and the proper testing, because it's the same with boilers. You can fit any boiler you want, alright? If it's on a clean system and it's fitted right, it can be the cheapest boiler out there, it will last. You can buy the most premium boiler out there, fit it on a dirty system, not commission it, not set it up, and it won't last. I've got a feeling it's the same with aircon. If you fit it right, it'll last. If you don't, it won't. So we always make sure that them properly strength, properly pressure tested, properly vacuumed and properly set up. So yep, let's get these tightened up. Just going to put my span on there to brace it. There we go. I do like that. It was expensive though, that was, man. 150 quid plus. But you need it, you need to do it to the proper torque, so you do the job properly. Right, I'm going to cut this lagging back a bit because it's crumpled up. I don't like the look of that. I don't. Look at it. I don't like this lagging. I really don't. Just going that way. It's the problem. I want the jobs look neat and tidy, and this lagging just don't give me satisfaction. Anyway, that's all on. Let's get nitrogen and get connected up. Right, everything's rigged up now for the strength and pressure test. Now I've done a full video when all the hours are going and everything, but you can watch that if you need to know about this bit. So nitrogen bottle on, start turning this, take it nice and slow. You can actually hear the nitrogen going through now. Should be reading about 10 on there. Yeah, there you go. Take it nice and slow. Just wangs it up to 30. 48 you have to go through on these. You know this because on here it'll tell you the maximum pressure you can operate at, which is 4.4, which is basically 44 bar, times by 1.1, 4.8. So there you go. So you know, you have to check with your units now. What we're on there, just over 40, 44. Get up to 48. That'll do. Close the nitrogen bottle off. If we don't need no more nitrogen. That's nice and safe now, turned off. There we go. 48.65. Give it 15 minutes. Just while that's doing the strength test, before I get the trunking on, seal it all up, and yeah, that's the end cap. Sorry, bad camera work. That's the end cap that goes on there, and it'll just screw in now, and that'll finish it off. Lovely. Alright, strength test was fine. 44.06. Now you can see on there. Chris is fancy, he's got it on his phone. Mine comes today. I can't wait. I'm going on the test out today. So yeah, that's down to 44 bar now. We can leave that for 1 hour. Mickey Mouse says 5 to 2. So 5 to 3. That will be done, and we can start the vacuum. So just while the pressure test's on, you can see there's a cable coming out here. It's because the electrician's here. We always get a qualified electrician to come in and do our electrics, especially on the 5 kilowatts, because they draw just under 20 amp, Chris, on these. Top of my head, I'm sure it's just under 20 amps. So you don't that coming off the back of your ring main. This is going to be a dedicated supply straight from the fuse board. So we're just doing a bit of fishing at the moment. Well, Chris is like a dog with a bone, man. He was caught in a hole and now he's feeding the cable. Try and get the electrics done. Speaking of electricians, you can probably guess what van he's turned up in, Korea. So there's my van. I absolutely love my van. Love the wheels in it, man. Yeah, electric. Of course he's going to be electric. But then again, he's electrician. He's going to put his own charging socket, you know what I mean? Like, it's the future, right? Just like aircon, electric vehicles in the future. But just while we're speaking about that, if everyone starts having aircon, heat pumps, electric cars, how's the infrastructure going to cope? It's all well and good telling everyone to go electric, but they haven't got, you know, the cables in the streets to cope with all this electrical demand that's going up. I know aircon ain't helping that, but it's like a vicious cycle. Everyone's getting aircon because the planet's warming up, and we're warming up the planet because we keep using fossil fuels. Well, electric fossil fuels, it's electric. Well, it depends on how your supply makes it. I'm probably going down a rabbit hole with this one. Let's just stick to what I'm here to do, which is aircon. So this is where the 2.6 kilowatt unit's going. It's going above the window there. They wanted it in the centre, so I've tucked down the curtains. I'm going to get some blinds, so I'm going to get an air conditioning unit fitted here. Just easily do this bedroom. So yeah, just put it on the wall. A lot of videos done now showing you how to put the brackets on these. You can watch them if you need to see how to do that. Then we've just gone spirit level across there. Then we're going out that wall now. Yes, we could have gone out that wall. However, the customer wants it on that wall out the front, not on the side wall. So I'm gonna have to put some white trunking all the way across there for the pipes, the electrics and the condensate. So you see I've just made a flare connection onto there. There's another one. Wire condensate through. So 1/4 inch braided hose and our wire. So what we're going to do is start from the outside in and just roll some of this flat, then we can feed it through the hole and connect it onto the unit. Okay, just push it through a bit. There we go. We're just feeding the pipe through now. This is the 1/4 one. We've already got the 3/8 one through. This is the 1/4 one. So yeah, should have enough on them now to bring them down the wall here, back across and into the uni. If you want to let Chris connect up inside, so I've got all our pipes and cables in now, and yeah, we'll finish it off with the trunking, the black Innovidenco trunking, which I really like. It's really smart. It does get a bit dusty though. Just give it a wipe down, it'll look sweet. So that's where we're just pushing it through. We've got the unit off the wall. Tape measure works really well to get it off the wall. So yeah, connected onto here, condenser connected onto there, 16 to 20, 20 to 1/4 cable ties, and that'll go straight out the wall. Yeah, just got to feed the wire here just through the back of the unit there, and it'll connect onto the electrics up there, which I can show you in a bit. But yeah, that's the indoor unit near enough done, and when it's back and trunking's on there, you'll see the unit there, trunking going across there. That hole, you won't see none of that hole, that will all be covered up by the trunking. So there we go, that's the indoor unit near enough done. So all I'm doing now is just bolting the bracket to the wall. That's the condenser wire that's in the way. You can probably see by the shadow how sunny it is today. It's one thing I'm loving about aircon. You get to work outdoors, I think it's nice. I mean, if it was absolutely tipping it down or the dead of winter fitting this, I wouldn't be happy, but this is beautiful today. It's about 21, 22 degrees. Just a little breeze coming in. Sat on a little still outside, tunes and banging. So yeah, brackets on the wall, it's all level. These bolts that you can see me tightening up now, these actually come with the bracket itself. So it's a 10mm hole, knock them through, then bolt it on. I mean, the unit itself, it don't weigh that much. Like, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. Oh, this could hold my weight. Actually, well, it only holds 60 kilograms. So the bigger one will though, the smaller one won't. But yeah, you'll see how the arms go on in a minute. We'll measure where the feet are going to go, put the arms to there, then we can bolt it up. So the 2.6 is coming down here. We'll use the bender. So what we're going to do with this is, we've got it on, I don't think we showed that, but hey ho. I'm going to bend it down the back of the bottom of the unit, just like that. Then into our connection here. So Chris has just put a bend on, I'm just going to put the lagging on. We'll just tape it at the joint there, just without cut it to get the bend on. Feed that down the back, and then we can connect it onto the side here. Alright, we have moved on a little bit, 20 past 4, we've started the 2.6. We was vacuuming this, what are we on? 1.0, it's been like that now for about half hour. Chris likes to do these twice. He does, he says go and pop it back on, I bet you will get lower than that, but the rule is anything under 2, so what you do is get that as low as possible, you vacuum, alright, turn it off and wait 15 minutes, see if it holds. Forgot I need to open that. There we go. I really don't see it when they get that much lower than that, but it's the way Chris likes to do it. I'm going to do it like this. It's true that you get the better vacuum you get, the more moisture you get out the pipes. So yeah, electrician's been so fed that all the way through the loft to the consumer unit, and that's on its own dedicated supply now into a rotary, ready to go on. So Chris is just wiring up now. The inside units to these outsides are easy. It's live neutral. Then you got S and W.
Yeah.
So W there goes to W on the inside and S goes to S, that's it. Live neutral there, W and S, that is it. Sorry mate, I've just knocked that off, haven't I? There you go. The vacuum is holding really well. Yeah, I'm just going to turn it off in a minute, wait 15 minutes, then it should stay under 2 torr. At the moment it's on 0.3, which is, well, it's about to get below 0.2, so that's a really good vacuum. Spark is finished on this one, it's just winding up the other one, but this one's good to go now, near enough. These fells aren't great to get, really are. Well, just get them. Don't be winding these up without them, to be honest with you. Look at them little forks. Pop it in there. And it just looks so much better. Easier to wire up as well. There you go, that's it wired. As you can see, we've just turned the vacuum pump off. Always remember to isolate your pump before you turn it off, okay? So isolate, turn off, okay? It's only from experience, because before I've turned the pump off, and the tour shot right up. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, because you isolated your pump, you just lose all your vacuum. So, you can see the graph on there. What should happen is it'll shoot up, then curve out. It's 15 minutes, so it'll be about 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, and yeah, we'll know then whether we've got a good vacuum or not. Now, this is the best part of the job, when you get to the point that you can crack open and let the refrigerant in. Just leave it going round. Don't matter which order you do this in. And when you undo it, just keep going until it stops. It won't pop out. It'll just get to a point where you can't do it no more. There, and just turn it back, quarter turn. Just open the top one. There we go. Same again, just unwind it. Make sure it's open. Back a little bit. Caps, get them back on. So now phone back on. Tighten leak detector, that's what you want to do. We spanners somewhere. We'll sort that in a minute. But up here, you can see the rotary switch. That is live. And if you turn it and you dog a bang, you did something right. Well, the electrician did. And that is all on. Let's go inside and turn it on, see what happens. So controller, just putting the batteries in. Nice little smart controller from Worcester. Pop that in. It'll light up. All we're going to do is toggle it cool, press the power button, turn the temperature down, click OK. There you go. It just come on, let me show you. So when they first come on, they'll just blow like a fan. It'll feel like warm air, but we've measured these will get down to 6-7 degrees. Really well. Loads of different features on here. You've got a sleep button, so it'll go like when you're sleeping, silent mode, turbo mode if it's really hot. The one mistake people make is when they first turn it on, they'll go, oh, it's absolutely boiling hot. Let's put it down to 16. Alright. That's like turning your thermostat up to 35 for it to get warmer quick in your house. It won't, it'll just keep it on longer. So when you put them on, don't think that turning the temperature down to 16 is going to get cooler any quicker. Put it on something sensible, like 21, 23. That's a comfortable temperature in the house. But we'll just let that work its magic and soon be blowing cold air all in here. Modern technology, eh? So the 5 kilowatt all up and running. The 2.6, what time is it? Just gone 5 o'clock. I think we're just going to do strength and pressure test because we've got an hour. Well, just take over just over now. Get the strength and pressure test done. Then come back tomorrow and vac it because we've booked this one in for 2 days. Me and my mate have a unit a day. That's the way we took it. So we've got plenty of time tomorrow to vac it, commission it, test it, and everything like that. So let's just get it strength pressure tested, and come back tomorrow and do the rest. Right, so we're back on day 2. Bit of a late finish last night, so we did book this in for 2 days. We've just come back this morning, commission, test, and done. But you can see the little 2.6 is on. So I get a lot of people ask like about the noise on them. I'm standing in front of it, the microphone is here, I'm talking to you, normal conversation. I'm going to get a bit closer. I'm going to kneel down right next to it. Of course it's going to be noisy when I'm here. I mean, look at that, blow my ear up. But as I'm standing here, which is a few steps away from it, they ain't that bad. For me, personally, they ain't that bad with the noise. With the electrics on this one has come off the ring main into a fuse spur, then into a rotary switch outside, so you can turn it on and off when you need to. So the one round there, the side of it is straight off the fuse board. So I reckon with the setup they've got, with the big one in the front room, the little one in here, they will have like all round cooling throughout the bungalow. I do. If you left the doors open, yeah, I reckon it will cool down because I am standing. Chris is just doing the off temperature. I'm standing here and I can feel the cool just working its way into here. And don't forget, the other big unit is right there. It's just going to cool the whole bungalow down. So that's about 8 kilowatts of energy, 2 different units for a whole bungalow, near enough cooled down. So we get a lot of inquiries, people saying, I want it in every single bedroom, I want it in the living room, I want it in here, without realising the cost. Now the cost, the little ones, you ain't going to get much change out of a couple of grand, you really ain't. If anything, it might be a bit more, right? Then you want to allow about 1,500 to 2,000 per room after that. Okay, that's very much depends on electrics, pipework runs, stuff like that. So you can do the maths on that. What off temperature did we get on that? 5.5 degrees. That's cold, eh? Like I said, that one is set to 16 at the moment. We've advised the customer set it to like here you normally set your thermostat, because you don't want to be walking to an ice box. I know it's hot outside when these things are on, but you don't want to be walking into an ice box. You want to condition the room. That's the whole point of it. You don't want to be walking into freezer cold. You want to be walking into just a normal temperature room. You really do. So big mistake people make is they just set it on 16, let it run, and before you know it, it's used a lot of energy, and it's like an ice box. You just want to condition the air. That's why they're called air conditioners, ain't they? So the big one's on at the moment. I mean, it had that much force coming out the fan earlier, it actually started blowing off these tissues. It's got some serious power on full. The customers had to turn it right down and say that's set to 16 at the moment, because we am testing it all. You can see the moving up and down. It'll just push the air out. And like I said, look, if you left the doors open here, the 2 units together, you're going to get whole house cooling. You really are. Just finished cleaning down the 5 kilowatt one. So yeah, just wipe down all the trunking. So the power is coming through there, down to the rotary, straight to the fuse board. That is powering this one. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell this one's on at the moment. So my microphone's just on my chest. I'm going to kneel down. Actually, let me flip the camera. So I am literally within touching distance of the unit. You tell me if that's noisy. Don't forget the fan's blowing on me, so if I stand up, I'm right next to it. So noise level of these, they say it's like having a standard conversation. So like if you standing next to me and was having a conversation, that would be the normal audio levels of these on full. They're not going to be on full all the time, they're not. This one has just slowly started to come down. I was just cleaning it, I was like, that's on. I didn't even realise. So yeah, that's the 5.2, all cleaned down, all done. I say that one, I think that looks pretty smart, to be fair. It does. I think we've kept everything nice, neat, tidy, looking decent, because a lot of people don't like the look of these units, do they? They don't. I get it, they're a big bulky unit. I don't mind the look of them. I think the Bosch units actually look very smart. Compared to some of them, I mean, some of them have an off-white colour and they don't look nice, but these actually look really nice. So yeah, I'm happy with how that one's come out. Just give you a level of how much cleanliness we go to. I'm even wiping down the windowsill, because when we was drilling the holes, yeah, the dust got on them. So we'll just give these a wipe down, just so, you know, I don't want to leave a mess for the customer. I really don't. So there we go. I mean, get me a bucket and a sponge, I'll start doing the windows. Do anything for me for 20 quid and a bag of quavers, you know what I mean? There we go, looking nice. Chris is just finishing off the commissioning. I say we've got our own custom commissioning notepads, because there ain't nothing on the market that you can get to actually like a benchmark for a boiler. There ain't nothing for air conditioning. So basically you can just fit these, walk away and you're done. You register the warranty and that's it, but there ain't nothing like a certificate or nothing you can leave the customer. So we made our own because we like to, you know, just leave something with the customer. This is what it was like when it was installed, the pressures and everything like that. It just feels and looks a lot more professional. There we go, it's the 2.6 all cleaned down. What do we think? The trunk can be brought all the way down because of the condensate pipe. We just wanted to cover it up. That's how the pipes run along the back, then back in the side there. But I think, honestly, personally, I think that's a nice neat job. I do. I mean, I've seen videos of these absolutely lasting, like really have, but when we got into it, we wanted to set a standard. We wanted to make sure that we're doing them professionally, them looking good, them were good installed, and them all tested correctly. Because I know there is a lot of HVAC guys, AC engineers, them getting annoyed that plumbers are moving into the market. Well, technically, I'm not a plumber. I'm qualified in gas and air conditioning now. And I say we're not here to undercut the market. We're not. The prices that I've discussed and said, that's a lot of research on my own, trying to find out the rough market value. I say we went to one of these the other day, right? 3.5 kilowatt unit. Somebody, it was a plumbing and heating company, quoted £4,500 for one unit. £4,500 for one unit in one day. I mean, that's ridiculous, that is. Honestly, I know we're all out to make some money, but I just feel it's going around because it's taking advantage of the heat wave and people are desperate for aircon, putting silly price out there. Safe to say, we was a lot cheaper than that, a lot. We didn't have to be. We could have come in like £500 less and still won the job, but we're just sticking to a price. We could easily ramp up our price now, easily. We could put them through the roof, and I can guarantee we would still get the work, because it seems like the UK is panicking. Everyone wants to get aircon, but we just wanted to do it for a fair, reasonable price for the services that we offer. So that's give you a nice insight onto two different units, how we've installed them. So that bungalow now is going to be fully airconned off 2 units, I reckon. And so that 5 kilowatt one gives out a lot. It does. Also, I've had a lot of messages of people. They've watched the recent YouTubes I've done. They're looking into getting into F-gas. They want to know a bit more about it. I will try and do a video on my journey into F-gas, how I got into it, the tools and stuff like that. But it's just time at the moment. Like, I'm trying to run my business, trying to be a dad, trying to be a husband. Always have an order: family, business, social media. So I am doing my best. I am going to try and get more videos out there, try and help you guys out. If there's anything you want to see in them videos, let me know, because I'll do my best. But hopefully you've enjoyed that one. Really appreciate it. If you got this far, please click and subscribe. It's free. It helps me out. But yeah, that's another aircon unit all fitted with my mate Chris, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you all on the next one.